Morning all, I hope you're having a fabulous Friday. I've got a couple different things on the agenda today, mainly revolving around Linux servers on the desktop here. I have an old Minecraft server that's dying. I haven't really been paying it any attention at all. I was when me and my daughter were playing, but we hadn't really touched it in, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. I occasionally pop in and like reboot it, that's about it. And it needs to be basically transplanted, so we're going to probably do that using like an rsync. And all these servers are going to be hosted externally through VPSs. I had a channel sponsor like in 2019 called SkySilk, and they basically gave me admin access to their data center, which, I mean, that's their bad. They never turned it off. So I'm just going to keep giving them a shout out before I tell you what VPS I'm doing. And if they keep leaving it on, I'm just going to say it's the agreement. So you don't have to pay me any money, because I prefer the VPS access, because I can load up anything. I can load up a server that runs $1,000 a day and I don't care. So that's like the best agreement I think I could have ever hoped for, and I'm enjoying that. I also have changed up quite a bit on the audio side of things. I've been live streaming on Twitch lately with some games and just having fun. It was more of a just chill and hang out. I don't really do too much tech stuff over there. Occasionally I'll pop on like desktop or something. I get a support call or something weird. But for the most part, I'm just playing games over there. And I've been switching some of that out. And I've been trying to basically go all optical and digital on my audio, which is going to be more of an adventure than I thought, because, well, like, sound, like, I have some, like, optical sound cards. It's mainly trying to get it from good audio equipment, which I have good audio equipment, to the computer in a fashion that doesn't add any noise to the line and can convert from analog to digital. So, fun little tidbit there. So, if something's off on the stream today, well, I've been tinkering. And, yeah, I think we'll just get into it. I think, let's see, is the music probably a little too loud from what I'm looking at here? I'll reduce that down just a hair. Maybe a little bit more. I'm not shouting over it. Should be more of a background. All right, that should be pretty good. Let's move on to the old desktop. Let's go to the right. So my desktop, I have been playing Elden Ring a lot. Like a lot. So I've been enjoying that immensely. We'll probably start off with this. This is a brand new spun up server. We got, it's a Xeon 6 core, pretty much 24 gigs of RAM. Yeah, we just freshly installed. I did this right before the stream. Nothing has really been done to the server. We got to change some of the things. We do have like an external IP here, which I don't mind exposing, because again, this is just a VPS and we need to set up like firewall rules and all that good jazz as we do this. So let's first thing you do when you install a new server is an apt update. I'm actually running as root here, so I don't actually need to do sudo. And we got a couple packages, just 11 packages. So we'll go ahead, upgrade those packages. So then we'll be running at an up-to-date level. So usually whenever you get these questions, if there's a change, this is SHD config, which is what we're on right now. I might have changed the stock setting before doing that, but we'll just keep our config. Whenever you see those questions, typically you want to keep your configuration, as it can be a little confusing to some folks that haven't seen that before. All right. And if we look at UFW status, it's inactive, which we're going to make some UFW rules. First up is UFW enable, I think it's SSH. Let's see. Oh, actually it's allow. Man. Allow SSH. So we'll add that. UFW allow HTTP and HTTPS. Typically, those are the three I do. I also like to do a UFW limit SSH. That creates something called like a tar pit. Tar pits are really good for people trying to brute force hack your server. This is a good way of saying I only allow, let's say, 15 requests per minute to SSH. So once you've added your rules in, we can just do enable like this, and we will say yes. So now it'll be active and startup. You can check the status by doing a status. These are the rules that are in here right now. And we might have some other rules as well. If we look over on the Minecraft server, which this one, let's do a status. What else are we doing here? We have some rules. We got an 8100 rule, which I don't even remember about using. And then I think 25565, that is the regular Minecraft. So I think we can just do a UFW allow 25565, and that will add that. So that looks good. We're up to date. Now we can start installing some packages. I want to grab like a Java package. Let's see what we have for Java. Why is Starlink got Java packages in Ubuntu's app? That's interesting. I guess Starlink runs on Ubuntu. They're doing commits directly to their repository. Yeah, all right, Elon. Sweet. Let's see. I think it was Open Java of some sort I was using. I can't remember exactly the package. If we look on the old Googles, Open Java, install Ubuntu. Morning all. I see what Michael in chat, a whole bunch of folks. And typically for stuff I'm just setting up real easily, I usually like to use Ubuntu for just some really, really basic setups where it might be torn down in a couple months, maybe a year or two, which most of these servers will be torn down and redone. If I'm doing like a server that's going to be up for, let's say, a decade, I like to use rel-based servers. So like your, I would say CentOS, but actually I'd probably use like Alma Linux or Rocky Linux. I've talked a little bit about them, but rel-based ones are great for long term, like more than a year, I would say. And they're a little bit harder to set up. They have really, really tight security, so that can be a little bit more cumbersome. That's why I like to use kind of Ubuntu's like the quick and dirty server. You can just toss up and do your stuff, where you have to worry about SE Linux and a lot of permissions in your CentOS server, but it's worth doing if you're wanting to set it and forget it for years and years and years. And obviously I'm using Windows 11 here for my workstation. As when I started the stream out, I said I was gaming a bunch. If you're gaming a bunch, typically you're going to be on Windows. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. But it's not to say I won't try out old. I still have a dual boot on here. Actually, I think I have like a quad boot to a whole bunch of different things. I have like 6 hot swappable bays. Yeah, it's ridiculous, my current workstation setup. Let's see, Java runtime. I think OpenGDK is what it was. So OpenGDK is what I need. I already saw somewhere in there. Let's go apt list grep OpenGDK and see what the latest and greatest is. It looks like OpenGDK 17 is that, and I guess we'll just go ahead and do that. And I think we'll do the headless suite. Headless just means you're not doing any graphics on the box itself. And JRE versus JDK. I probably will use JDK for this. Yeah, I want to say OpenJDK had, I thought there was an OpenJDK 18. Yeah, there is. Ubuntu. Let's just grab the new repos from old Ubuntu here. OpenJDK team. Do you have a PPA I can just grab? Probably somewhere in here. All of this is all jellyfish. So I'm gonna say, all right, let's just do open JDK PPA. That looks like an official repo for me. And does it have 18? LTS is running 11, 17, 15. JT Reg. Actually, it doesn't have JDK 18 in here. Last update was 5 weeks ago. Huh. This one's really old. Instead of just copy pasting a bunch of PPAs or repositories into your system, it's good to actually pull up that PPA, whether it's through Launchpad or whatever. Let's see what the packages are and how often that actually repository is updated. It's kind of important to know whenever you're setting up a server. Oh, it's available on the 22nd of March. Oh, okay. So maybe I'm doing a little bit too far. That's okay. First thing I do, and most people know I've kind of shot Ubuntu a bunch of shade in the past because of snaps. But as we see here, purge snapd, you can purge purge snap. I want to say it was just snapd. Yeah, snapd is not installed by stock settings on this VPS. So good job, SkySilk, for having an optimized Ubuntu image. But you can always do like an apt hold snapd. Invalid operation hold. Can you not hold packages? Maybe it's running like a... maybe apt changed on me a little bit. I don't see a hold anymore. I think I was doing apt hold. Maybe it's apt. Yeah, maybe it's an apt mark hold. Seems a little bit odd. But... okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm still waking up, of course. My Friday streams are always interesting because I've usually woke up about an hour ago and I've decided for Lent that I'm not going to drink any coffee and or alcohol. So for 6 weeks, no coffee or alcohol for me. That's a bit rough. We'll see if I make it. All right, so we did apt mark hold snapd. That basically gets rid of that. We have the regular setup. We've already set up UFW's status. That shows what's available here. And now let's grab the latest JDK, which, you know, I think we're going to go ahead and just do the stock from Ubuntu JDK without installing any PPAs. I think that will net us the best result, as I don't want to add repos that just don't need to be added. So let's take JDK, and we're going to grab the 17 JDK headless. Maybe the JRE as well, which the JRE is the runtime. JDK is more for development. So actually, we're going to use the runtime. Oh, I forgot I'm on putty. So used to Linux here. I forced myself to go back and forth here. It's just to be good in both. So we'll grab the JRE runtime. That's good. No coffee or alcohol. This will be even more broken stuff than normal. Truer words have never been said, Don. Actually, I'm drinking... It's like a healthy lemonade thing in the morning that I'm trying right now. There is caffeine in there, so I'm not like doing no caffeine. I'm not crazy. Well, a little bit crazy, but neither here or there. All right. So let's take a peek at this one. I want to say we needed Python too. I usually like to do npm and pips as well. So if we do like pip, I usually like to grab that. Oops, one too many. Grab some Python and pip. npm, I can't remember the packages. Again, Ubuntu kind of makes this easy because you can just type pip and it'll just say install this package. And then you can do npm. I think it'll actually recommend the same package I need from that. So even if you forget, it's not really that big a deal. So if you do npm, not found. So apt install npm. Yeah, I think Node.js is needed. Now, Node.js, I want to say Node.js does not have an official package. Let's do an apt list and grep to see if we have that. I think someone actually mentioned in chat there's an apt search, and I've been doing grep wrong. Apt cache search JDK. Yeah. Benderis, I think, is. I probably butchered your name. Sorry, bud. Yeah. This right here, thank you so much for the chat. I've been searching the incorrect way all the time. That's what I love about YouTube chat and doing these live streams is there's always someone smarter that does things better than you. It's just how life works. And the cool thing is, a lot of times those guys are like, oh my God, look at this noob, he's doing this. And it fixes bad habits because everyone has their own bad habits. And this is my bad habit. I would do an apt list, which would grab an entire list, and then it would basically spool all that out in memory, and then it would grep or basically grab something out of there doing it, where you could just do an apt cache search, which is what I should be doing, but I've gotten in the bad habit of just doing a grep. So make sure we use that command, which apt cache search, and then let's look at openjs, not openjs, Node.js. Man, Node.js. So we got a couple packages for Node.js. Obviously, this one's pretty good, actually. Kind of tells you what each package is. I like this. Apt cache search. Apt cache search. I like to say it about 3 times so it gets drilled into my brain, and then I can just use that. So, apt install Node.js. It's already installed. Okay, cool. So pretty much all that's there. Next, I want to start pulling over some of my some of this right here, which if I go into I think .ssh, authorize keys, I think. Ooh, I don't want to expose that on stream. I want to do a cat of that just to look at it, but I don't know if I have the key on the system to do a full transfer. We could also just do a we'll do an rsync of all of this. Let's see. This is PWD. This is another server that's running our official Minecraft that has been having some problems. I've been getting blown up, being like, hey, Minecraft servers were not working. I'm like, okay. And I've just been kind of kicking it, which eventually will just break altogether. And I think SRV, let's take a look at CD SRV. I also like to do what's called, like, how much are we going to be transferring here? VPS to VPS. We should have a gigabit per second. So probably upwards of about 200 megabytes per second transfer rate on this over the internet. So we shouldn't have a long wait, but it depends on how much of this is. I remember, like, the old Minecraft server here, if we look at human readable, yeah, that's 16 gigs, and I don't even think that was all there. We could also do, I think it's no curses disk usage. I think ncdu is what it's called. And this kind of tells you how big the server is. This newer server, I think, is a little bit better optimized with a 12.5 gigs. So let's just say no. So ncdu is a good utility. If you want to kind of see what a system's using, you can do ncdu. This pulls it from the root, and you can kind of see everything going on with the system. So if you're new to the server, or you haven't touched the server in months, like I haven't, I kind of like to do an ncdu. Just be like, okay, what's in here? Do I have anything special? Why is there a Docker? What's in this Docker container? Yeah, that Docker container was a little weird. What was in there? One more second here. Log files. I have 3.6 gigs of log files. Probably should be doing some other stuff there. Let's secure this new server down a little bit now that I'm thinking about it. Looking at this old server, we might have had an issue with a vulnerability. I don't remember installing Docker on here. So, like, if we want to delete Docker and all its containers, sure. I don't know what that was about. Dynamat. Oh, that's right. That was an old bit. Let's delete MySQL too. I think those were just all old files from this server. Looking at this, I think what we need to do next is on the new server. Now we're back to the new server. We've already got most of the dependencies in here. We do need to secure it down. We have UFW, a standard firewall in, but we also need to... it's slipping my mind. It's usually kind of... what is it called? I install it on every server, and I'm just drawing a blank this morning. Well. Oh, yeah. Do I use anything to manage it? Terminal. I do everything through CLI. CLI is just so much easier. As soon as you start putting graphic elements into any kind of management scenario, it's just a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. Only noobs use GUIs. Just straight up. Like, nobody's gonna set up a server in a GUI. I mean, it's not a good idea. I don't recommend managing one in a GUI either. There's some tools, like you can do like webmin and some other things, but it just adds this huge load on your system for no reason, and it opens you up to a bunch of vulnerabilities, like when's webmin gonna get updated? There's just, like I said, security to me, I think of it as the more stuff you install, the more things you have to worry about getting exploited. So whenever you're thinking about security, every package that you're installing, think of it like, how is that a vulnerability? How is that a way in? Because the more stuff you have, the higher your footprint, the more areas to attack it. That's why I always like slam Windows security, because there's just so much surface area to attack. Whether it's the SMB protocol, where you could easily get in through a gajillion different vulnerabilities, or you can go through RDP a lot of times and hack Windows through that. There's just so many entry points that you got to think about. And the same gets set up for any operating system. You can bloat up Linux and make it just as insecure if you really increased its footprint by a large margin and add a bunch of tools you don't need. So always think of it as, what do I need, and go from there. So when you're thinking about security, smaller footprint, smaller attack surface is what your thought process should be, because no one is secure. Security is a journey, not a destination. And it's very important to know. You know, there's never a time where I'm like, oh, I can't get hacked. I think every day it's on the back of my mind, oh man, I could probably get hacked here, or I could get hacked here. It's more about convenience that I need, or I want, to make something not as secure as it could be. AppArmor is for most of Ubuntu. I think actually, is AppArmor installed here? I wasn't thinking of AppArmor, but AppArmor is the equivalent to SE Linux. It's not really an equivalent, but it's kind of like it. It has profiles that can limit certain packages. It's good to have. SE Linux is better though. Yeah, man. I think I made a, let me just, I'd make secure web server Titus. Let's see. I've probably done something. How to secure a web server. Chris Titus. It's like, I know I've done something in the past. What am I missing? I know I'm missing something. SSH. If you're doing SSH, this is a good point. I've already done this. Permit root login. Usually you want to put that as no. I'm actually running as root. But you typically would do that. Also, do not ever use an SSH password login. Use keys. Like, there's no reason ever to use an SSH password login. I think you should always use an SSH key. If you're unfamiliar with that, look it up, because that's something you absolutely have to do. Never use SSH password login. I can't remember the last time I set up a server with a password login that wasn't just like a local box or something like that. This is not, FailtoBan. That's what it was. FailtoBan right here is what I needed. That's what I was remembering. I was like, man, I know I'm forgetting something. FailtoBan just kind of looks at, oh, it's already installed. So let's configure FailtoBan. It's been a little bit since my last config of FailtoBan. But usually you could do jail.conf. But typically you would do jail.local. This is where most of your config would reside. And it does look like this VPS does set up a base FailtoBan setup. But you might come through here just to look. But usually at the top portion here, you would just kind of look at what's enabled, what's not. So SSHD is enabled, true. That's a big one. You'd want that in FailtoBan. Apache, Nginx. Apache and Nginx are your web. Most of this actually is enabled. Okay, this is actually a pretty good file. By stock default, if you're installing not from a VPS that already does some optimizations for security like this, then you'd want to make sure you come into your .local jail file and make sure those are enabled. And you'd also want to do like a systemd status FailtoBan. Oops. Maybe just FailtoBan. Huh. Oh, not system D. System CTL. Oops. That is active. Okay, cool. So this VPS already set up FailtoBan for me to where it enabled it and had a working config file. But just know, like on most Linux distros, it doesn't add a .local file. You need to usually do a copy of the .conf to .local and then work off that .local file, enable like SSH, anything that's in UFW status. This is what's allowed through here. Typically you would have a file through here that you'd go through. Okay, 22 is enabled. We're gonna make sure that looking at 22 that we are looking at FailtoBan SSH enabled. 80 and 443 is allowed through our firewall. FailtoBan should also have those ports enabled. So that's how I think of FailtoBan and how to configure it and what to enable and what not to. Typically, if the port is open, I make sure FailtoBan is enabled for that. And then afterwards, you would enable the service and activate it or start it up. So those are all done. I think right now, I think we start our transfer from the old server to the new. This is the old server, which I think what I can do here, I don't think I have my file, my SSH file. I need to grab that key file, and since I'm going to be grabbing it through a copy paste, I'm going to have to just come into regular chat here for a second and kind of hide this portion of the stream because I don't want somebody doing a screenshot of my SSH key and then logging into my servers. That would not be good. But we're going to copy our open SSH key, come into here, and I don't think anybody could have grabbed that anyways, but better safe than sorry. Yeah, 255.65 port is Minecraft. Oh, is it also the Rust server port? Oh, that's cool. But the cool thing here, like a lot of people, when it comes to Minecraft, I've seen, you don't see me pulling up many guides because almost every guide I found about Minecraft was really wrong. Like, not even close to what you should set up a server as. I don't know what's going on with the Minecraft community, but there's just so much bad server guides out there that I don't even know where to start with that. Anywho. So let's transfer our file for, we're probably going to grab maybe our restart script here. I think I'm going to leave most of this though. I think what we're going to do is package up our regular Minecraft server here, and then we might come back and forth with it. So to package that up, I'm using an alias on my regular system, or my dual boot Linux system, but I can't remember what my alias was for this. tar vcf, I think is the configurations I was using. And I want to say Minecraft server, and I don't think that's what I need. And then I think just new server .tar.xz maybe. No, that's incorrect. Let's look at help. I am doing it incorrectly. Let's take a peek at our CF. Oh, you do the tar file, and then I think we. Yeah, I was pretty much close. We could do a VCF, and V is just verbose. For directory, I want to say we can just put the directory file. It should zip up that whole directory. Let's try that. So we were close. New server tar.xe and Minecraft server. There we go. What's security? I just want to play Minecraft. Yeah, I think there's like an old Minecraft distro out there called MineOS. It runs off like Ubuntu 16, which is ancient. I think that's more than a decade old. It doesn't even use systemd. It uses like initd. It's awful. Don't use that. I've seen people recommend that. I think I've even seen tutorial videos on YouTube about it. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Or girl. Oh yeah, Hikari, you have that new quick vfio. So those that wanted to do and look at PCI pass-through, check out Hikari's quick vfio project. I thought that was pretty cool. MineOS uses turnkey. Oh man, the nostalgia. Yeah. Has MineOS been updated, or is it still using Ubuntu 16? As I said that, MineOS turnkey, flagship. Oh, based on a proven Debian foundation. Turnkey. Okay, so maybe it did get updated. Last time I looked at it, it was Ubuntu 16. No, it got updated. It's on Debian Bullseye now. Oh, that's good. Okay, so maybe I crapped on MineOS for no reason. Last time I looked at it, I was like, man, this is ancient. That's cool though. So yeah, maybe if you're doing a local Minecraft server, you could probably use MineOS. Has some good documentation and a nice little web interface. But since this is exposed to the outside world, I think I'm still not gonna bother. All right. So we have new server, which is roughly 13 gigs. It looks like. If you do -h, you get a human readable file. Yeah, 13 gigs is how big this is. So we can just come back into our home directory, and we're gonna do an SCP transfer. And if you're not familiar with SCP, it's like SSH. Let's do help. You have a couple different things going on here. So first, SCP, and we need to do an identity file because again, when it comes to SSH or SCP, any kind of secure file transfer, typically you're always going to be using SSH keys. You're never going to want to use user and password based authentication. It's just don't do that. It's something you just don't ever want to do. So we have Minecraft key there. I created that file. That's when I switched to chat mode. And then next up we got -j. This is the destination. So destination is going to be the IP from this other server, which we could curl, like do an if config to curl that, or like a speed test -CLI is also kind of cool. Let's do a speed test CLI. Oh, we don't even have that installed. Speed test CLI is a really cool tool as well. If you've never used it, you'll never see me run it usually on stream because it will expose your IP. And I'd like to keep my home IP somewhat private, even though I'll probably end up doxing myself. But anyways, this is a VPS, so I don't really care. You can see SkySilk 2. Here's the test it's running. It's going to tell us our download speed and upload speed of the VPS, so I kind of want to know this anyways. We'll grab that right there. Our download's 1.43 megabits per second, which is actually not very good. Upload speed should hopefully be about the same. Nah, a little bit less, about 60 megs. So not as actually good as I imagined. Oh well. We're gonna go here with it. Usually you do a colon, and then we're just gonna put this in the home directory. And then we do the source, and this is where we put like srv. And probably server. Computer, thanks for joining membership, man. And we're gonna go new server. I think that's pretty much it. Looking, I don't think anything else is. Typically, if you don't use the -J and the -S tags, you would put the file you're transferring, and then you would also put the destination. But I kind of went kind of wonky on this because I'm just waking up. Let's see what we got. No. That was dumb. Let's just do that. And then I think we just put our target in here. Maybe. What am I doing wrong here? I'm sure I got just a SCP example. All right, SCP, blah, blah, blah. From host, which we're not polling. This is a pull. We're doing a push. Copy file from localhost to remote. So we do SCP, the file. I think I forgot the actual log in here. So since we're doing a push, we don't need to do this -S. We do need to put like root, @ colon, and then this is where we're gonna put it. We're just gonna put it at home. So we'll do yes. Permissions for my key is a little bit too open because I just made this. We're gonna do a 600 for this. Let's try that SCP command one more time. And now we have liftoff. So this is a VPS to VPS. This is actually not using any of my internet here at the house. This is just 2 remote servers doing a full transfer between them. And that's kind of what we got. ETA is about 2 minutes for 13 gigs. That's not too bad. All right, here we go. Let's see what else we got. What's going on in chat? SCP versus SFTP. SFTP is a little slower, but I think it does. It's a little easier too, and I think there's some things I like SCP a little bit better. If you're on Windows and want to do SCP and you don't want to mess with this terminal logic, you could do like WinSCP, which I think I have that right here. I don't have anything loaded in it, but anyways, WinSCP is kind of cool. I see some people use like FileZilla, and that one's like, I'm not a big fan of FileZilla actually. I like WinSCP a lot better. I feel like it does a better job. But maybe that's just me being stubborn and not wanting to go back to FileZilla. I used FileZilla a long time ago, but rarely do I ever need to do any of that. Yeah, so this is really neat. You need to take a look at Fedora Silverblue. Its containerization system is very similar to Chrome OS. That's pretty cool. Like the containerization setup in Chrome OS is awesome. And Fedora, I know, is leading the charge for a lot of virtualization and containerization stuff, which is pretty sweet. Like Kubernetes and all that is Red Hat based, which is who makes Fedora. So I definitely do need to look at that. But I do really like that containerization in Chrome OS. It's really good. Good tip. I need to. It's been a little bit since I've done that. Yeah, I'm with you there, Computer Chroma. I actually do also mostly Windows Server Administration. That's I'm more of the Windows Server Administration guy. I have a variety of different certifications back in the early 2000s. I think one of my first server certifications was SBS 2003, and then in 2008 I got my MCITP Enterprise Administrator with a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'm with you there. I haven't bothered getting any new certs though. Like, all my certs are like 10 plus years old, because at the end of the day I don't really care about it anymore. Nobody's gonna look at my resume and go, oh, you're missing this certification. They might say, hey, we'll pay you an extra $5,000 or $10,000 if you get a certification. If that's the case, I'll be like, sure, I'll go take the test. Give me my money, please. But other than that, without any incentive from an employer, I wouldn't bother with a certification. Once you have experience, it doesn't matter. The certification's just something to make people feel good. Once you have like 5 to 10 years of experience. Yeah, I need to. or if someone else is looking for vfio, please check out his project. Our transfer, it was transferred. So we'll take that down here a second. But quick vfio. I want to say, where are you at? Oh, it's not even on here. I want to say I tweeted it out. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, quick pass through vfio enabler. Check this out. I'll put it in chat. Oh, well, never mind. That's a different system. But anyways, that's a quick pass through is actually your project name. Doing GPU pass through with quick EMU, and I need to do another video on quick EMU as well. Might do like a twofer video on that, where I do quick EMU with GPU pass-through. Just with GPU pass-through, it's so complex that a lot of times people are going to have issues, and I just can see the comments now on YouTube. This does not work for me. I'm like, ugh. So I don't really do much with GPU pass-through these days. That and graphics cards are a little bit hard to come by to do. Not very many people have a secondary GPU, much less a primary GPU that they can spare. That's great, man. I love your meme that you put in here. That's awesome. But yeah, no, check out this project. I will try and configure and do that sometime in the future here, Hikari. I don't know when I'll get around to it, though. All right, so we have everything from this old one. And if we look in our new one, we have new server. So we could actually do a tar, and I'm going to do a help on this. I think we could do a directory. Let's go grab directory. I think I can just change to directory. Oh, okay. -C. Yeah. XVF, new server, -C, and then I think we can do just SRV. I think that should do it. Help desk specialist, server manager, a lot of that's cool, man. Like I said, it's about more getting the experience. Once you get the experience, then you get just the whole world opens up for you. All right, and if we go into SRV, did we? Yes, we did. All right, we have this in the proper directory. Or wow, that's, yeah, our permissions are so bonkers on this that it's just, yeah, that's no bueno. We do need to create a new user for sure on this. If we cat etc like password. Yeah, we pretty much just have www and root. Like almost all these are no login. Let's add a regular user here. Probably useradd. So useradd is probably what we'll use. And we'll call this like Minecraft, let's say. So we have defaults. GID, which we'll probably leave that blank for the most part. We'll probably call it a users. If we look at groups, there's not much there. Might do a group add. I think we'll just leave it off all groups. And I want to say we do need to do a -d as well. So user add. We're going to add -d. That's going to add the home directory. We'll do a... Oh, I should talk about the scale directory as well. Skeleton directory. If you're ever doing a lot of users on a specific box, you can actually do like ls, etc, scale. There's nothing in this directory, but everything in etc, scale will be added. So let's say we are in root and we want to vim bash rc, and let's change our bash prompt to like not be awful. We got some aliases, ls, ll. We got this on login, SkySilk. We can change this to whatever we want. Let's change this to like Titus something. Titus server Titus. I don't know. ASCII art. Let's come into here. Somebody set up something. Oh, that's EU. I think there was an actual... Yeah. Let's grab... I want to say there was a better one down in this section. Yeah, I think it's right in here. Kind of... Oh, yeah. Do something like this. Yeah. Let's do a blood dripping Titus server. Blah. That's cool. Selecting copy. Let's have some fun with it. Let's go 6 lines, dd. Insert. Oh, it didn't take it. Was that Putty? It's probably Putty doing something weird. Yeah. We'll have to change that up a little bit. So to make this look right, we'll have to come to the end. Oops. Let's just we'll yank that, paste. Oops. Undo. Can I do a paste right here? Oh, it doesn't like that. Oh well. We'll just line it up manually. I know this seems silly, but it's the fun stuff, man. You gotta enjoy what you're doing. All right. We'll go $, come to the end, and then just out. Oops. I see that. Alrighty. So then whenever we do this, I'll go ahead and leave this. Like I said, they're basically giving me servers for free. I'd rather just say, hey, this is where I'm getting it free from. But we'll change that, copy bash rc to etcscale. So then if we do an ls of etcscale, anything that... Did I not copy it? Oh, when I did an ls, it's needs an all listing. You can see bash rc is there. We have .profile. Profile will get run on login usually, where bash rc you have to actually... Well, profile gets run when the user's loaded. Bash rc gets loaded whenever you hit a prompt or a bash prompt. Oh, hey, Sam. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. User management and free IPA is real slick. You can create users with specific limited... I'll have to check out free IPA. I haven't messed with that at all. Use printf and bash. I mean, I could. Printf is so much easier. Yeah, you don't have to do an echo on each line. I didn't even think about that. It's a good point. All right. So why we did that was mainly just so when we do a user add, and I'm going to look up user add examples here. Let's just say user add examples Ubuntu. And let's walk through a couple examples so people understand user add. And I understand it a bit better. You do a blanket statement. Typically, you would never just do a user add in the user, as there's a lot of issues with that. It won't set up like a home directory a lot of times. So what you want to do is this is a bit more of a common practice, is to create a new user and a home directory. So you would do user add m and then the host name, or the new username. So we'll name this one. We'll probably name this one Titus, because I do want to do other things with this user, not just Minecraft. Let's see. If you want to specify a different home directory, we could do that. Which, you know what? Let's do two users. We'll do Titus as a user, but we'll also do a Minecraft user for Minecraft, which is good. Just reading through the rest of this. Wheel is probably a group we need to add. G users is usually there. You can expire them. All right, cool. Well, I mean, we got the basics. So what we'll probably do, coming back into our new box, we're going to do a user add. We'll do M, which will create the home directory. If we did a -D, which we're going to do right now, we'll do Minecraft server for the home directory. G, we're going to call it users. That's the primary group's going to be G. But if we wanted to like add them to a secondary group like wheel, you could do that. And then finally, you end with the name of the user, something like that. Okay, so Minecraft server already did it. So it took the bare bones of our SKEL and then tossed it in there. So let's do a switch user, which is SU, Minecraft. This switches it here. Now we don't have almost any anything. You see our bash prompts kind of messed up. I don't even know what's going on with it. Let's let's fix that. So what we'll do is we will copy etcscale star, and then let's put that into our Minecraft home directory. What did I mess up there? Cannot stat. We're running as root. Huh. Huh. All right. Well, usually... Okay, whatever. Oh, yeah. Don't do a recursive on that. Oh, whatever. We're just gonna do them independently. I'm having a brain fart this morning. I'm like, I don't even know how to grab these files. Yeah, it's I did .star, but you'd had to add the... So .star recursive would have grabbed the other files. Actually, I think that did work. I didn't really need to do these last 3 lines. It omitted dot, which is the current directory. Dot is the directory we'll level up, which would have been etc, which would have been really bad to do a recursive copy on. So that was actually, this command right here was actually the proper command. It did work. I was just a little tired. I didn't realize I didn't need to do these 3 commands. But anyways, let's go back to, this is just going to be root is where we're at. And if we do a switch user Minecraft now, the bash prompt still looks awful. Okay, well, So when we copied those, I forgot to change the files to not be root, so it's unable to read those files. Let's just change to srv. Now we're gonna fix those permissions. We're just gonna do an own, and we'll just say Minecraft colon and what, Minecraft server. Do a recursive. So now if we go into Minecraft server, do a listing, it should be fixed. So now if we come back to our home directory, switch user to Minecraft one more time, now our prompt should look proper. But it doesn't, because I don't know why. Huh. Oh, okay. It's not running bash prompt. It's running sh instead of bash prompt. So that's why. That's easy to fix. So you can see right here, we have root. It's running bin bash. And then when we created this one, Minecraft user, it's running sh instead of bin bash. So technically, when you're doing the useradd, you might add something else and say, hey, I want to use bash, or I want to use zsh or fish or whatever. Pick your poison. but you typically don't want just sh. That's why when you do a switch user to Minecraft, we lose our bash prompt and it looks like that. So that's if you ever do any hacking and you get into like network devices, or I think I've even done it on like external hard drives that have like a little tiny circuit board on it. A lot of times those devices will have just sh and they won't use bash, or they won't use zsh, and it'll just be a standard command. So that's why you might learn basic commands that are accepted by any prompt. But let's fix this. I think we can just do a change shell. I think chsh, and then I think you can just do like bin bash. Change shell Minecraft. I didn't even think I set a password. It's not gonna allow me, is it? Yeah. Change shell Minecraft, and then we're gonna go bin bash instead of the sh shell. And then let's cat etc password again, and you'll see now that it's a bash shell. So finally, now when we switch user, we now are on Minecraft Titus server. Oh, it looks so cool. And you can see we even have a nice little prompt telling us where it's at. And now when we cd into our home directory, we have that. We have all our aliases. Life is good. Life is good. Some cool things there. Next up, let's run this server and see if we can log into it. That would be the next step, the next evolution, I should say. So let's just clear this. Does CLS work? No. If you're in command prompt in Windows, CLS will clear the screen. Clear is what Linux uses, because Linux command line actually works. Is that cat stuck outside? 1 second. My cat keeps meowing. Hello? Hey, not in there. What are you doing? Hey, don't be chewing on my wires. You get away from there. No. Invader. We'll be right back. Say hello. All right. Oh, my word. All right, sorry, got invaded. Got invaded by the old cat. Little turkey. Yeah, the new CEO has invaded the office. Oh, man. All right, here we go. So we got, where was I? Oh, you know, there's a couple things I wanted to grab. So this is what is on the old server. I do want to grab timer and probably MC restart. Timer's actually from Hikari. You wrote that for me, man. What's our SCP? Let's do... we're gonna grab MC restart script. Let's toss that over there. Oh, let's also grab timer. I gotta show the timer. I do this all the time on stream. Anytime I'm like walking away for a little bit, usually I'll grab my timer file. What else we got in here? Oh, I do need to grab the service. We need to do a systemd service for the Minecraft instance. So usually I just toss this into systemd system. I think I put it here. Is Minecraft here? Oh, I might have gotten put it into lib maybe. Okay, what's that bell noise? Where is that at? Putty. Change settings. Bell. None. Apply. Oh my gosh. All right, and then I want to say systemd. Did I put it in here? Sometimes you can. I don't see Minecraft in here. Maybe systemd system. Right now I'm just looking for... Oh, there it is. Minecraft server service. Let's just SCP that one too. Where's our SCP command? Let's just grab that so we don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Oops. What? Permission denied. Oh. It's not able to... We're not in our home directory. Which... Is that not working? Okay. There he goes. So my Minecraft key file is the OpenSSH key because I don't use any passwords. So passwords are the devil. Encryption's where it's at. Okay, so we have pretty much all the ones from the old server. So now on the old new server, let's exit our Minecraft user. First off, we got to do some cool stuff with timer, right? So this was written by Akari, and oh, one second, term down. Let's grab some term down. This cool little timer script. Say I want to leave for 10 minutes. It automatically adjusts and doesn't ask you, which is neat. It uses a backend called term down, which is just a pip, so you can go pip install term down, and term down itself has a bunch of neat things you can do. You can add voices to it, so it'll actually speak as it counts down. You can do all kinds of funny stuff. I remember anytime I go AFK, I was like, I'm gonna do 10 minutes AFK or whatever it might be. You can add all kinds of really neat things, or you can do, let's say, when you go term down, you can specify the time, which, let's see, what's the proper format here? Time, options. So let's go with like a title. You could do title and say blah after 3 seconds. Oh, nope, that wasn't it. I think if we do T for text, it'll do that. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So you can do all kinds of fun stuff with that. Cool little program. Think of all the different use cases for that. That's a fun one. Oh, yeah. Most people do the screen shell script, David. That's how most people manage their systems. However, Screen's cool and all, but you don't want to do that. That's just it's just so rudimentary. And there's things that can happen. Like what happens if the system gets hung and the service stops responding? You need to be able to restart it, you know? There's a lot of different aspects of it. So that's why, well, we don't need to do sudo. We're running as root. So we'll go Minecraft service. And this one we're going to put into, I'm going to put it into systemd system like that. And then let's go ahead. Does this one not have a bell too? Change settings, bell, none, apply. Okay, I was about to say, I'm just going to annoy the heck out of myself. And then Minecraft server. This is what the Minecraft server instance looks like. User group is actually not Minecraft. I guess that was users. Nice. I think that sets CPU priority. Typically 5 will give it a little bit higher priority, I believe. Environmental file, that's fine. Kill mode, exit, restart seconds. If it fails, it'll wait 30 seconds and then restart. Protects the home, protects system. This, let's say someone gets control of my Minecraft instance through the actual system. They won't have root level access to the system. By doing that, they'll only have access to that Minecraft directory. So it kind of contains them or containerizes the damage done by a hacker, which is a good thing. No new privileges, private temp. Don't use the system temp file. You'd use a private temp file. Reason for this is, again, more security based. If you use a global temp file that's also used by other programs, they'll typically, if access is granted and someone gets that, they could read other things in the other temp file, such as if I'm doing stuff here, execution start, execution stop. This is using the MCR con command. Uses like, actually that's a password with a port, so we're gonna have to change that to something different. We'll put test. Actually, we're not gonna do a MCR con stop here. We're just gonna do a hard stop. Oh, well, I say that. Let's just undo that. Let's do 1 2 3 4 for now. I'll come back to that. And then the Java command that it's using is very rudimentary. We might change that as well. All right. Let's come back into switch user Minecraft. Switch user Minecraft. All right, now we're in the Minecraft folder. Let's change that mcrcon file. I can't remember where that's at. Let's go properties. Is there mcr mccon? Nah. Oh, there's the rcon password. So let's 1 2 3 4. And then let's give this a start. Let's go ahead and start the service. See what we get. So system ctl start. Oh, actually, we need to do a daemon reload first. Which again, we're gonna have to change that. Let's exit. I guess I could have done it as sudo, but whatever. Start Minecraft server. And now what we're going to do is just a status. Failed. Java. Permission denied. So there's a lot of things. I know this is Minecraft, but you could utilize a lot of what I'm doing in a variety of different system settings when setting up a server. So don't think that this is just Minecraft only. I'm trying to kind of talk through all the commands I'm using, because a lot of times you're going to be troubleshooting and kind of seeing what's going on. So what we did was we created a systemd service. We did a daemon reload to pull that service file in. Now you can put that service file in etc systemd system, or you can put it into user lib systemd system, or you know, a variety of those locations, but typically they're going to be in one or the other. There is also user-based services that happen as well, which now that I'm thinking about it, let's take Minecraft server service completely out of this. Now, is Java is there. It's just not in user bin. Is Java not there? Java's there. Java's here too. Huh. I wonder why it said it wasn't there. Well, no matter. Let's just look at that systemd service one more time. So if we look user bin Java, see if that starts up. Yeah, it could be the wrong file server. Let's just see. I'm going to just run it again one more second. It's activating. All right. So it looks like this is going to come up. Let's go into our var log directory. So log is kind of where it puts everything like FailtoBan logs, sys logs, all these things in here. So if you have like a service that's starting and failing, check your log files. I don't remember where I decided to put these log files though. I want to say I did not put them here. I think I put them in SRV. Minecraft cd logs. Yeah. So I think I put them all right here. And there's a couple cool things when you got your log files. I probably could clear this out, but let's just do a tail. Or we could just do a less command for this, less latest. Let's just go through the options. All right. Failed to start Minecraft server, session lock, already locked, possibly another Minecraft instance. So if we look at let's just peek kill. Let's just kill all of Java. Huh. All right. So what we'll do... Oh, that's way long ago, actually. Look, 320. That's not even right. Let's just remove all these logs. Let's just clear it out. We have a new server. So we're going to remove all these log files. Let's try a systemd start Minecraft server. So we're starting this system back up. This should repopulate our logs. And then I think what we'll do is probably do like a tail. Less is one way of pulling it in all at once. But let's do like a tail of latest. Once this starts. Is that going to create the file? Maybe, maybe not. All right. We must have some issues. Minecraft server. All right. We are still activating, actually. So it's still loading. It's a brand new server, so we basically showed so far We've done security setup with like FailtoBan, basic firewall using UFW. Nothing too crazy. More production-based servers will probably have AppArmor if you're using a Debian-based system, but most production-based servers, again, are more RHEL-based, and you're going to be using SE Linux with really, really good profiles. This right here, I don't like how this server was set up, or this service was set up. So we're going to probably change some stuff, as I just don't have a good, it doesn't give me a warm, fluffy feeling seeing this long activating. I don't even think it's even pulling my latest log file. So we're going to stop it. We can do a status. This should be stopped. See, it's permission denied for Java. Changing working requesting failed as well. So why is it let's just Google it. I mean, this isn't exactly the same, but same idea. Working directory path folder was missing when I created it, and it manually started working. So working directory in the services file might be off. That's something to look at. Working directory right here. We need to look at that. I don't see anything else really there. Let's see on this one. You get enable, blah, blah, blah. Not really the same error. Let's take a look at that working directory. I bet there's something up with it. Come back into here. Yeah, changing the request to working directory, permission denied. So let's take a look. Oops. Let's come down into Minecraft. So working directory is SRV Minecraft server, user Minecraft, group users. Ah, look. No, that's fine. Oh, the environment file has a negative right here. I don't think that's right. Working directory should be fine there. Actually, I think that is proper syntax. Actually, this looks good. Minecraft-server. Minecraft-server. Huh. Let's see the journal CTL. Unit configured to use kill mode equals none. This is unsafe. And deprecated and eventually be removed. Please update your service. Kill mode equals mixed or control-group. All right, let's update it to mixed. That's one thing we can do. And is there anything else? Yeah, you'd think that. Like, it looks like a permissions issue. Like, if we look, this is the home directory for Minecraft. As you see, everything's owned by Minecraft and users, so that should be fine. And if we switch user to Minecraft, because that's the user we're running it as, you could easily see our home directory, cd home, is this. So we're in the proper directory. We have the right username. We're just having issues when doing the service. Something with permissions. And I do not know. What could that be? Let's see. Oh, need to run that as sudo. We don't even have a password. We can't run sudo. Yeah. If you look here, the group users is set. Yeah, Minecraft user might need access to user bin Java, but somehow the CH owns the ownership. So ownership's this. This is where your ownership is when looking at like a long listing like this. So these are the owner. This is the user. This is the group. This is the CH mod. So this is CH own. This is CH mod. So this is broken into 3 different categories. There's this portion right here, which specifies if it's a directory or not, like this first character. Then you have the next 3 characters. This is the owner. So we're talking about Minecraft here. The owner can do read, write, and no execute. So R means read, W means write, X will mean execute. The next 3 is the directory or the group of that. So now we're talking about users over here. So a user, let's say it's not Minecraft, they're not an owner, but they're part of the users group, then they could read this. That's it. They don't have write or execute privileges. And then you have the final bit, which is pretty much the everyone. This is the catch-all. This is anybody that has a login to this system can read this file no matter what. So that's your 3 groups. Owner, group, and then everyone else. So that's how that works. Let's look at user bin. Let's do a long listing and just grep Java. You can see right here, this pretty much has an read, write, execute privilege for everyone. That almost seems a little insecure, but I think that's just how Java works, as I haven't done any modifications from the stock install. You can see owners are obviously root because we're in a USR. That does not mean user. USR means user system or universal system resources, I think is the actual acronym. That's what user is, but just think system resources. So almost everything in the USR folder will be root. But yes, you can see right here, read, write, execute for user, group, and everyone else, which if we're executing this as Minecraft, should be able to execute just fine. Let's look at that file one more time. System Minecraft. We could change this to mixed. Successful exit status 0,1 or 0.1. That should be fine. On failure, rest of this should be fine. System control, daemon reload. Ah, I can't type today. All right. This is still okay. It's inactive now. Let's start making some aliases as root. Let's go vim bash rc because I'm typing the same commands over and over. If you find yourself doing this, do it. So let's go bash _ aliases. Is that it? By default, bash aliases right here. Okay. From here, let's create a bash file. Man, that's hard to read. Should probably fix that. Let's maybe pimp out Vim next. But we're going to create an alias. We're going to call this mclog. And that's going to be this command, which will just be a tail of srv Minecraft server logs latest dot log. Oh, I need to fix this. Then let's create another alias, mcstatus, and this is going to be systemctl status in Minecraft server. All right, and then we just do mcstop equals, and what I'm doing here is just, you can apply this to any system out there. If you find yourself typing in these long commands, instead of just keep typing them in, do this. It will definitely save you just a ton of time in the long run. So we'll just go server, and we're gonna do this a little bit faster now. So we're gonna do a start. All right, good enough. And then what we do is just source bash aliases, or we can do source bash rc. There was an issue with that. You can see the error. MC start not found. Alias equals start not found. So I must have messed something up there. Bash aliases. Oh, let's not do that. And then what was the other one I missed? I think I fat fingered something. So there's the alias MC start. Oh, okay. So let's source it one more time. Perfect. So now if we type mclog, it would grab that, but there's no log because it's not there. mcstatus. All right, this is the status. So if we go mcstart, mcstatus, now we should be able to see if this is going to activate or not. mcstatus. Still showing change directory spawning of permission denied for that. That's kind of odd, but it could be something with running this in protected mode of some sort. Ah, okay. I got it. Jar is itself. Thank you, chat. So if we look at srv Minecraft server, there is no execute privileges in server.jar. So we'll do that. chmod plus x for execute server.jar. So let's go mcstart one more time. That looks like it's doing something. Everybody's just sitting there screaming, "There's execute!" Oh, that's funny. All right, that looks like it did something. Let's look at our status now. MC status. Still activating. MC log, is that giving me anything? Nothing. We can also do like a journal ctl xe. See if it's doing anything there. 425, so it did exit improperly. Maybe. Or maybe it was still in a failed state. You probably needed to stop that service, maybe. Status. Loaded. Activating. Still shows activating, though. Still no latest log. And if we look, there shouldn't be anything in this logs directory. Yeah, there's nothing there. Tail-F to see if new log streaming. Okay, let's do the. Let's change that. We'll change that alias. Ah. Let's go tail-F. The F means follow, I believe, if memory serves me correctly. So what that does is, if there's a file there, like latest would be usually what that is, you do MC log, or let's source this again. Source -rc. And then when we do MC log, it would sit there and follow that file, which if you look at tail-help, while I say that, let's make sure. Yeah, follow. So that'll keep that file open, and as things get added to that latest log file, it would follow it. So it's a good way of keeping track. Like a lot of Minecraft people, I think earlier someone said they were using Screen, and that's because they wanted to see the output of what was going on and be able to directly interact with it. Since it's running as a systemd service, it's hard to directly interact with it, which is actually probably a good thing. But you could use mcrcon, which I think we set up, to directly interact if you needed to issue like a server command. But you could check the log by doing a tail follow. But good point. Yeah, so from here, it's obvious there's some issues with this setup. The best thing we can do now is to exit this setup. And what I'm going to do is just like cat etc systemd system, and we're going to run this manually, as someone pointed out in chat. It's a very good troubleshoot technique. So here's the cat file. Now we're just going to switch user to Minecraft because we don't want to run this as root. We'll change our directory to the working directory, and then what we're going to do now is run this entire command and go, hey, what is happening when you run this command? You have not updated in a while. Please down instructions per paper MC. What's happening? 25565. Looks like it likes the Java. Starting it here. Failed to bind a port. And it does look like the port is doing it. So what we could do now is a oh man, total brain fart. I'm thinking of the command where it issues all ports that are currently listening, and then what is their netstat. Help. All right. Let's exit Minecraft. Let's go netstat, nettools. Oh, could also do, yeah. Yeah, that's what I love. Is everybody's kind of like chipping in with all their different stuff. Netstat's usually what I use. But LSOF is another one. I don't think I've used that one. Let's LSOF. I like that. That's pretty cool. There isn't anything taking up that port. We have SSH, which I've established, run. SMTP, which I don't know what's SMTP using, probably like some kind of logging deal. But most things are just, yeah. 53, that's DNS. Nothing too crazy here. All right. Kill Java server already started. Yeah. Let's do an htop. Let's see what's running in the background. I don't think Java's running, but let's take a peek. What is going on with the system? There's really not much here. So if we look, let's go to SkySilk and Titus Linux. Let's see, do they have a firewall on this side of things? Nah, it's off. I don't like most people, when it comes to VPSs, I don't like using the VPS firewalls. I think all that should be controlled within the instance, and it does look like that's the case here. That's another thing to check if you're running into things like this. But we still don't know what's happening here. All right, people say start it now. We'll switch over to Minecraft. Switch user, Minecraft. Come into our Minecraft directory. And then we're going to try to run that Java command again. We look at Java. And see if it still gives us that bind port issue. So failed to bind to port. Why is that a thing? So we could do a kill 9 and hit everything like there. Well, I don't want to start this as root. I think we should state that running a Minecraft server as root is not a solution. That's important to understand. Switching things to root just to get it to run is not a solution. Yeah, there was no previous one, and if we look at htop, you can see there was nothing there. Yeah, see, there's nothing there that I see that should be taking up that port. We're using, it could be app armor maybe. So people are saying, what port are we using? Maybe it's a different port. I don't think it is, but let's double check. That should be in the server properties file. And you see it's running 25565. And if we do a, let's exit this. We go UFW status. You can see 25565 is open and allowed. Only thing else I can think of is maybe some IPv6 shenanigans. We could disable IPv6. Or try a different port too. Ah, you're binding on a different IP address. That sounds right. Let's see. Ah, that's what it is. Where's the IP? Server IP. There it is. Thank you, chat. We're binding on a different server IP, so that's why. This was an old config from our old Minecraft server that's getting shut down. So we need to grab the next one, which I think we can do a retrieve and then curl ifconfig.me and pull that in. Wait. Is there no curl on here? There's no curl. Missing all my tools. Some people are like, why aren't you using sudo? Because I have no passwords. You can't log into any of these user accounts. You have to use SSH keys to basically log in. So let's grab our external IP. This is the new IP right here. It's not gonna work, is it? All right. Properties. Oh, server properties. Not a hyphen. All right. So now we should be able to do a retrieve of curl ifconfig.me. Perfect. Now we got the proper IP. Now, where's my Java command? Let's see what this goes. Come on. Still a really good test of how you troubleshoot something, like the LSOF information or the netstat. All these things are good tools to remember and how to troubleshoot things. It's just kind of cool. This particular error, obviously I don't work with Minecraft very much, but with this specific server, it was something like, very, very simple. So let's, I guess, load it up and see if this even works. I think that should hopefully bring us into, that is the server. Do we have Minecraft on here? Man. Multi-MC maybe? Let's go PowerShell. Was it multi-MC? I thought that was a GitHub. Maybe not. Huh. Oh. Yeah, whatever. They don't release the binaries from GitHub, that's why. Bummer. Do I even have... I don't even think I even have anything here. I don't even have Java. Dang it. Or what kind of Javas we got? When you get it install. Let's grab... Adopt openjdk. Probably. I'll probably go with that. Microsoft build of openjdk Nah. I guess we could do that. Why not? You can do just a search of winget when doing it. That's what I kind of like to do. So we're just installing Java real fast. Some people are like, why are you using PowerShell or why are you using Windows? You know, like I said, I've been gaming a bunch, Elden Ring, and, well, when you're gaming, typically you're on Windows. It's just how things work in today's world. But I still like to use a lot of things, like how I manage Linux systems and how I manage Windows systems are very, very similar. And I've taken a lot of the good from Linux and I use that same thing in Windows. So like when I'm installing packages and those types of things, how I do it on Linux is kind of like how I do it on Windows, where some Windows users are probably like, what the hell are you doing? Most Linux users are more like, oh, okay, you're using a package manager on Windows. Because package managers are just so much better. Let's refresh. All right, let's add an instance. We're gonna go. Oh, there's a new version of Minecraft out. It's good to know. Manage accounts. Oh, all right, 1 second. Gotta add an account. Gotta stare at my ugly mug for a second. One second. Alrighty. That's done. And let's launch, make sure this works, and then I'll come back to the desktop here in just a second. I'm just gonna make sure this logs in properly. Oh boy. Yeah, it does look like it's working. So what we'll probably do also is I'm using PaperMC. Let's obviously, I think there's probably hopefully a 1.82. Yeah, there is. Cool. Let's grab this new PaperMC as well. And while we're here, let's set up let's grab our IP. Where's that IP at? Right here. All right. Oh, we got some crossover here. Let's get rid of music. Music volume off. I think that's fine. Let's go with a 3 on scaling. View popping off. Full screen off. All right, that's fine. Anything else? Nope. Multiplayer. Add server. 25565. We don't even really need to add it as the default port. Is this going to even pull up anything? Let's see. Probably not. I think the server version is a little dated. So, let's fix that. Let's go manage, advanced, key exchange, authentication, private key file, allow agent porting. I want to say, I don't know if PuTTY, I don't think PPK files will be read by WinSCP. I'm pretty sure I need open SSH standard for that, but I don't know. We'll see. Sure. Okay, that worked. Cool. So let's come into like SRV, Minecraft server. Let's come into our downloads over here. I think we just downloaded. Where are you at? There we go. Let's grab that. Is this a Minecraft stream? This is more about just using Minecraft to show server troubleshooting and setups. I wanted to set up a new server for different things. Actually, more of like a chat bot. When I'm streaming on Twitch, I wanted to have a chat bot in there too. So that was one thing. We're just going to rename this server. Properties. Let's just change this over to users and Minecraft. Yep, let's do that. Also, you're going to need to be executable, please, so we don't run into that problem. We can delete this old one too. All right, cool. Well, yeah, that's fine. So now let's come back into our PuTTY session, which should be right here. Yeah, that's fine. And let's hit it again. So now this is 1.18. Let's see if this can pull up the new stuff. I still don't feel like this is loading properly. I was running into problems beforehand with this Minecraft server. So there might be some corruption in the actual world itself that could be causing issues. But let's see if it'll load now. It looks like the world itself isn't loading properly. So there's probably something with the actual server files themselves that are causing some issues. We can try blowing out the cache, but I don't want to spend too much time on this. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna... I don't think that's gonna connect. I'm using SkySilk now just because they were a channel sponsor like years ago. Like 3 years ago when I first started YouTube. I made like a gentleman's agreement, I guess you could say, with them, where it was, hey, you don't need to pay me any money. You just need to give me access to as many VPSs as I want. And they were like, okay. So they gave me access to that, and I can spin up as many VPSs as I want. So that's been just there for like 3+ years now, or about 3 years. Yeah. So thanks, SkySilk. If they even know I'm doing it, that's funny. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, let's just get rid of the cache directory. Let's see, is there anything else this could be that causes it to hang? It could be like old cache from there. I mean, next up is probably blowing away the config files themselves and reissuing them. I hate to do that because there's some good ones in there. But at this point, I just don't know why it's not loading all the way. Let's try that. And then if that doesn't work, I'll try and delete the config files, and then we're going to see if that would work as well. I can already tell you that didn't work. Because the startup should take a lot longer to load a massive world like this. It's, I want to say, you know, I think with the world files and everything, around 20 or 30 gigs. Yeah. Well, the logs are going to be this. It's not going to tell you a whole bunch on the log files. But we could do like a MC log. Oh, that's right. We did it here. So this is the tail of the log file right now. But I think let's just switch user to Minecraft server. Minecraft, actually. And what we'll do now is remove like spigot. And I believe it will remove paper YAML, remove bucket. Now commands YAML should be fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's like a stock file. There's nothing too crazy there. Permissions YAML looks fine. There's nothing in that file. Let's try this again. I think it's a bad config. Let's see if it'll load up new YAML files. Nah, still same problem. Oh well. So be it. Let's kill that. I think that'll do it. I think that'll do it. I think that's about all I want to do with that server today. And this is the old server. Moving some of that stuff over. I gotta figure out, there's a bad config or possibly a way to clean the Minecraft world itself. That Minecraft world's been kicking strong for a couple months, but something funky's happened with it, so I don't know. WinSCP does need PPK. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, OpenSSH is typically what I'm using in any Linux install because I'm usually just hanging out in terminal. So PPK for Windows, OpenSSH for or OpenSSH for Windows, OpenSSH for, oh no, man, sorry, PuTTY PPKs for Windows, and then OpenSSH for terminal and Linux. Blah. Yeah, I would say it's a map issue or something like that. Like I said, it's an old server that's been kind of up for a while. I just gotta figure out a way to do it. It could have corrupted somehow through the transfer, but it was already having a lot of problems, computer coma. So I'm just gonna leave it there for now. This was the exact same problem I was having on the other VPS I had. I just wanted to see if this would actually fix it. Which, sad. Yeah, and it could be something with Vulkan too. That's an anti-cheat thing, and I think that's it. Elder Ring, I think I'm like level 55. Right in there. I've just finished the academy, and I'm moving to the northern section of the map. Actually, I finished academy and then the manor. that was up north of the academy with the Steel Knight guy. So I'm up in, I think I just moved past the Ancient Dragon up there. So that's where I'm at Elden Ring. Love an Elden Ring though, man. So much fun. Are you by chance using Adopt OpenJDK? Right now, I think I'm using the Microsoft OpenJDK equivalent, but Adopt OpenJDK was an option. I could have done that. Probably should have done that. Or Optoptium. Oh well. In Germany, it's called Minecraft. Minecraft. Try to set online mode and server properties. Yeah. I haven't tried New World. New World's something that I don't know. I'm kind of burnt out on MMOs. Maybe I'll try like Pantheon Rise of the Fallen when it comes out, because that's like more of the golden age. I remember MMOs back in my day, back like during the EverQuest Final Fantasy 11 runs. Man, those were my favorite MMOs. They were like a living world. And MMOs nowadays is like, go here, kill 5 rats, come back, get your purple item, move on to the next, or blue, or whatever color. It's just, it doesn't feel like a game to me. Like, I'm like, this is just lazy design, lazy coding. There's no love in the game. It's just, it feels like companies milking people. And I have a hard time with modern MMOs, especially ones that have no soul. And that's what the problem is with probably the last 10 years, really, of almost every MMO, is someone found something that worked and then they just copy and pasted that stuff all over the place. And I just can't do it. But hopefully sometime in this soon, someone will do it. Like Elden Ring, there's a lot of love in that game. It's a true thing. So I'm gonna head over to Twitch. I'm gonna probably grab a bite to eat first, but then I'm gonna head over to Twitch and I'm gonna start streaming Elden Ring. So if you want to check me out over there playing games, I like to kind of keep my YouTube nice and tidy for tech stuff, and then Twitch is just for chilling, hanging out, and playing games. And you know, you can ask tech stuff over there. I don't care. It's just, you know, it's more for fun. I've been enjoying that. Am I Catholic? Yes, I am. I converted in 2020. I was Methodist, Baptist. I've been in a lot of denominations throughout my life. So, but I don't discriminate against. If you're a different religion, that's cool with me. Like, I try to never talk about religion or politics on stream. I try to make that as a point. All right, you guys, take it easy. Have a great one, and yeah, see you all in the next one.